everyone, and welcome back to Queen of Horror. Lots of us have seen, heard, or experienced something paranormal, and I wanted to share with you some celebrities who have also experienced the same things. Now, I'm not very good at remembering stories. I'm going to be reading from my phone, so if I look away from the camera, that's just because I'm reading. The first story is from Miley Cyrus. In an interview, Cyrus revealed the London flat she was staying in during her 2009 European tour was haunted. It was seriously so terrifying. It used to be an old bakery and they turned it into an apartment building. And I was having really crazy dreams. One night my little sister, it sounds crazy to tell you, but she was standing in the shower and all of a sudden I hear her scream. I run in there and the water had somehow flipped to hot. The knob had turned, but she hadn't turned it, and it was burning her. She was really red. Before I felt this, I thought I'd seen a little boy sitting on the sink watching me take a shower, so I felt really freaked out. I was sitting there the next night, and maybe I'm crazy, but I could have sworn I could see this little boy sitting there on the sink, kicking his feet. 3 or 4 more things happened after that. I will never stay there ever again. When we started looking into it, we found out that this guy and his son, this guy who owned the bakery, there was this older man that owned it and his son lived with him there. And I guess the wife died or something. She had gotten sick. So it was just the son and the dad that lived there, in the bakery. Then the dad died and the son took over the bakery, and I thought I was seeing the son. I'm not even kidding. The next story comes from Kate Hudson. Hudson has seen ghosts plenty of times, she says. The actress revealed in an extra DVD clip from her 2005 horror movie, The Skeleton Key. I've seen a ghost of a woman with no face. That was really creepy. Another time, my grandmother came to me, and I woke up and felt amazing that she was around me. The next is from Taylor Momsen, who is the lead singer in The Pretty Reckless. Momsen has photographic proof that ghosts are real. My mum grew up in Devil's Lake, North Dakota, and her next-door neighbor died. She was wealthy and her belongings got put in a museum, she told people. So I went ghost hunting and took pictures and talked to her and all this stuff. There are actually 2 images that I took, one of her hand on a typewriter and one of her entire body in a window. The next one comes from Cynthia Rowley. There was actually a show called Celebrity Ghost Stories, and yes, they were real. Rowley recalled a terrifying incident related to her Greenwich, Connecticut estate on the show. The feeling in the house was much more ghost-like, the designer said. She would see this sort of apparition in the corner of a room, of a lady wearing a scarf over her face. One time Rowley escaped a fire in the home, and the local fire chief told her that the woman who once owned the mansion was badly burned in a blaze. The next one comes from Emma Stone. Okay, this isn't terrifying, but it's terrifyingly sweet. During an appearance on The Late Show with David Letterman, Stone revealed the ghost of her late granddad often leaves pocket change for her. There's a long family history with quarters, she said. My grandfather leaves quarters. It's just amazing. The next one comes from Bella Thorne. I was laying in bed when I saw a shadowy, silvery figure of an old woman creeping across my room. Then it slipped into my closet. I panicked and ran out of my bed and swung open the closet door, but she was gone. I was sure I had seen her ghost. It was really freaky. The next one is from Megan Fox. I believe in everything. I was just in Mexico at my hotel, and it was a bedroom, living room, bedroom. I had pre-ordered breakfast for 7:30, and at 7 a.m. I hear them come in with the table. I hear them pouring the coffee. 30 minutes later at 7:30, I went in there. No table, no coffee, no food, no nothing. No one there. Doorbell rings. I open the door. It's room service with my food. Brandy the nanny comes out later and says, "Why did room service come at 7 when we told them to come at 7:30? So you can't tell me I'm crazy because 2 people heard it. The next one is from Ariana Grande. In a 2013 interview, Grande was asked if she'd ever seen an alien. She replied, "Not an alien, but I've had a ghost/demon experience. We were in Kansas City a few weeks ago and went to this haunted castle. We were so excited. The next night we wanted to go to Skull Cemetery, which is known as one of the 7 gates to hell on earth. The Pope won't fly over it. I felt this sick, overwhelming feeling of negativity over the whole car, and we smelled sulfur, which is a sign of a demon. and there was a fly in the car randomly, which is also another sign of a demon. I was like, this is scary, let's leave. I rolled down the window before we left and said, we apologize, we didn't mean to disrupt your peace. Then I took a picture, and there are 3 super distinct faces in the picture. They're faces of textbook demons. I deleted it. The next day I tried to send the picture to my manager, and it said this file can't be sent, it's 666 megabytes. I'm not kidding. I used to have a folder called Demons that had pictures with all the screen caps in it, but then weird things started happening to me, so I deleted it. She then goes on to explain more terrifying things that started happening to her. The next one is from Alison Hannigan, who plays Lily in How I Met Your Mother. In 2003, Hannigan claimed she lived in a haunted house, but she didn't mind, Hannigan explained. I have a ghost in my house. I saw him a couple months ago. I don't think he died there because there's a law in LA that when you buy a house, if someone's died there, they have to disclose that, and nobody did. So I don't know why he's there, but he's friendly. My friend saw him first one night. She said, I don't mean to alarm you, but I just saw a man follow us out of the house. And I said, well, at least he's gentlemanly. He let us go first. However, that was not the last Alison saw with the spirit. She continues. Later that night, I saw the silhouette of a man standing in the bathroom doorway. I was like, sweetie, what are you doing? I thought it was my fiancé. But then I looked, and Alexis was asleep next to me. I'd love to get his name. I'm thinking of putting a little chalkboard where he lives to see if he will write his name down. The next one is from Nicolas Cage. Cage certainly believes in ghosts, and even bought a serial killer's home as inspiration for a book. I once lived in the most haunted house in America, he told Vanity Fair. The LaLaurie Mansion in New Orleans used to belong to a well-known 19th century serial killer. I bought it in 2007, figuring it would be a great place in which to write the great American horror novel. I didn't get too far with the novel. The next one is from Demi Lovato. Lovato saw her first ghost when she was 8 years old. I saw a little girl. She was dressed like she was from the 1800s and was standing in my closet. She told BuzzFeed in 2013, I go ghost hunting. My house in Texas is so ridiculously haunted, not by a bad spirit but a little girl. I think her name is Emily. I've had a medium come over and ghost hunters. They both told me the same name, Emily. There were so many times I saw her when I was growing up. I saw her in my closet one time. When I was 3 years old, my mum caught me talking to myself. She asked, who are you talking to? And I said, my best friend, Emily. She's playful. She'd probably be around 11 or 12, maybe younger. One of my friends, Tucker, came over one time and asked, so your house is haunted? I said, yeah, just watch. Something will happen. Something always happens. We started to watch a movie when all of a sudden a laptop in my kitchen started to play a movie also. It was a black screen before, so it was a question of who turned it on and hit play. There was another time when my uncle was in the living room watching TV and a balloon came down the stairs and turned around on the banister. I have crazy footage of just orbs flying through the air. It's crazy stuff. The next one is from Keanu Reeves. Reeves claims he saw a ghost when he was a child after moving to New York City. I'm probably like 6, 7 years old. We'd come from Australia. Our nanny was in the bedroom. My sister was asleep. She's sitting over there. I'm hanging out. There was a doorway and all of a sudden this jacket comes waving through the doorway. This empty jacket. There's no body, there's no legs, it's just there. And then it disappears. I was a little kid and I thought, okay, that's interesting. I looked over at the nanny and she was making this terrified face. And I'm like, oh wow, so that was real. The next one is from Jessica Alba. According to US Weekly in 2008, Alba revealed she had a terrifying experience with a ghost during her childhood. I felt this pressure and I couldn't get up. I couldn't scream, I couldn't talk, I couldn't do anything, she said. Something definitely took the covers off me, and I definitely couldn't get off the bed. Then once I did, I screamed, ran to my parents, and I don't think I spent many nights in that house ever again. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below and let me know what you'd like to see on my channel. I love you guys so much. Bye guys.